recruiter friend of mine said she receives so many job applications every day, it's easy for a resume to be overlooked. So if an applicant wants to get an interview, remember your resume has to stand out.
That's a very good point. Your resume is an important document, and it is the first thing a hiring manager or recruiter will read. Very often, the hiring manager will base on your resume to select candidates for interviews. Today, we are going to share with you 3 practical tips on how to prepare a resume that stands out. Let's begin.
Before we do that, I've always wondered about something. What's the difference between a CV and a resume?
Well, the main difference between the two is the length of the document. A resume is shorter and a CV is longer. CV, or curriculum vitae in Latin, means course of life. It is lengthier because it contains one's credentials, certification, and affiliations. So in this part of the world, resume or CV refers actually to the same thing. A resume should be as concise as possible, as the name goes, highlighting your education, work history, experience if you don't have work history, skills, and abilities. In the United States, a resume is typically 1 page long.
So that's the difference. All right, so shall we begin with our tips for today?
Yeah, certainly. Now, first, I would like to suggest students to begin with a summary and identify their career objective. For example, a recent finance graduate with a 3.2 GPA who is highly analytical, resourceful, with a passion to learn and grow in the finance industry, seeking a rewarding financial analyst position. Another example, if you don't want to mention your GPA, say something like this: hardworking, international, open-minded marketing graduate used to high-pressure situations, willing to learn and striving to do his best. Gym enthusiast and a team player with organizational skills, used to working in environments with different cultures. How does this sound?
Well, information in your resume should be in reverse chronological order, meaning to say from latest to oldest. When it comes to internship or work experience, applicants should not list duties. You should follow these 3 steps. First, list the company and briefly talk about what the company does. Second, state what you did for that company. And third, state the impact you made. Take a look at this example. In this example, the person was an assistant in the kitchen and a cleaning boy. But look at the way he presented the idea that he was given more responsibility soon after he joined the company. Next thing to note is the choice of words is really important. For example, in your internship, if all you did was organize files, attend meetings, and prepare documents, how you could word it is using action words. For example, say something like, organize 10 months of data that had been randomly stored into categories for easy accessibility by department members.
I agree with you. It is really important to focus on the results of one section. Now, my third point would be that appearances are important. Look for a resume template that is professional, something like this one. Notice how the layout highlights the name of the applicant and the position he is interested in applying for. The personal information also stands out clearly, followed by career summary and objective. The other sections are well organized with visible headings and uncluttered information. Finally, I would urge students to proofread their resumes and look out for typos and grammatical errors.
So just before we end, what is one difference that you typically would spot between a resume in North America and Asia?
One difference I can think of is large multinational firms in the US or Canada would prefer not to see personal information such as gender, race, or age. This is because their focus is on equal employment opportunities. Now, this is not really widely practiced in Malaysia, but it's likely to happen in the future. So if you're going to apply for a position in an international company, I would recommend you prepare your resume in the Western format, which is 1 page, short, no photo, and no mention of your gender and age.
That's interesting. Well, as for me, my experience with resumes is that most Asian countries use job boards such as Monster.com or JobStreet, and these are used to actively recruit for junior up to maybe middle management positions. But for senior positions, headhunters are often used for job placements, so the quality of resumes is crucial. What this means is you should find out what are your local recruitment practices based on the country you're from, and prepare your resume accordingly.
Before we end this video, let's do a quick recap of our points. First, begin with a summary highlighting who you are and identify your career objective.
Second, list items in a reverse chronological order with the most recent items first. Remember to use action words and describe the contribution you made.
Third and the last, make sure the resume gives a good impression.
Okay, that's all for now.
See you next time.